Hey, how you doing? Thanks for dropping by. Today we're going to take a look at a video with the title Football Fans and Atmosphere USA versus Europe Part 2. It's put out by a video channel called Football Europa, so check out that channel if you want to see more of this type of thing. We're going to take a look at the video and see how things go. USA versus Europe football fans. I have a feeling. I have a feeling Europe might have the edge. Their fans are pretty incredible. U.S. fans, they're big fans, but they don't have that communal thing going that it seems so common in Europe with like the chants and just everybody on the same page. But we'll see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. By the way, before I do, if you like what we're doing here, you can subscribe, comment, like, whatever you feel like doing would be appreciated. And let's go to this. Let's go to see what's happening here. So this is a American football team, a pro team, the Chiefs. This is college. You can tell by the checkerboard end zones that it's the University of Tennessee. I won't interrupt all the time, but I want to tell you, if you're interested, looks like Georgia. Now, a lot of times in college football games, you'll see like the band, the student section, and they'll be into it like this and singing or whatever. But the rest of the stadium is pretty much not involved, which seems different than a lot of what I've seen in Europe when the whole crowd is just very involved. Everyone. University of Texas. You see the USC jersey in the middle of everything. Matt Leinart jersey, right there. See, it's just a small group of people compared to the whole stadium who's doing this. Texas versus Alabama, it looks like. See, the fans are into it. They're just not into it at the same level as what I've seen with European fans. Oh, that's an interesting question. They're doing the whole Seven Nation Army chant, that White Stripes song, which became, massively popular in the U.S. stadiums. I wonder, is that ever played in Europe? Is that a big deal? That thing they're doing here? Oh man. See, that's this kind of says it all between America and U.S. in terms of these crowds. The cheerleader there and the other cheerleader, they're holding up signs that say "Make noise." I doubt fans in Europe need to be reminded to make noise. Like I said, the fans here, football fans, especially college football fans, are dedicated. They're totally into it, but it just doesn't have that same vibe as what I think is pretty typical in England or in Europe. Florida State, they have that chant that's probably as close to being the whole stadium as anywhere. Louisiana State University. I'll say a couple of things. First of all, with the exception of the very first clip, all the other clips were college football stadiums and crowds, which is good because I think in the U.S. the most passionate crowds tend to be the college football crowds in terms of maybe the whatever would be considered chants or things or. So whoever put this video together, they gave the U.S. Those are big time college programs, big time college stadiums. So that's kind of what it looks like. What it looks like here. The police guys on the right side. Yeah, that's a different vibe. Imagine being a player, walking through there ready to enter onto the field. That's drama. I'll tell you, that's interesting. That's a big difference. That last video of LSU, the football team going through the tunnel, when teams go through the tunnel and onto the field, there's like there's like smoke or fireworks and the band's lined up and everything's organized to put on a show, kind of a show to make it dramatic. But everything's sort of planned. They'll have right when the team enters, they'll have like a fog machine or some sort of firework go off, and but it's all organized by the team and the stadium, working to make a fun show for the crowd. But in this, they don't need that because the crowd is already the show. They don't need to be motivated. So if you're a player coming out in this environment, you look back and see this. It's there's no way you could put on a little presentation that would match the actual fans in the crowd. It's just remarkable. Oh man. everybody involved. That makes a huge impact. I don't know what This doesn't even look like, I don't know who this is, but it doesn't look like a huge stadium. And the fans are still, it might be I don't know how it works, but a lower division or something. And yet the fans are still so passionate for the team. Dresden. The flags are great. That's powerful, Look at that. Man. That's incredible. I've watched a EuroLeague video and they have that, I guess they're flares, and it just creates such an environment. I personally, I don't know how people don't get burned, but they must not, because they're all over the place. But look at the smoke, look at the flares, and the game's just going on beneath it. That's a remarkable environment. I imagine the players must be sort of accustomed to it, and it's not distracting because they're so focused and used to it, but that's an incredible scene. Warsaw. I think it's Warsaw. It's just a section, but it's an intense section. Are those opposing teams, fans? It looks like it, yeah. That's amazing. Is it Munich, I think. Munich, FC Bayern. I love the flags. That's a big thing in Europe and in crowds, I've noticed. And man, it's another thing that just makes things look so intense. If you tried to bring a flag like that into a U.S. sporting event, first of all, you wouldn't be able to do it. They'd take it. But if you did get it in and you started waving it, everyone behind you would start screaming, I can't see, put your stupid flag away. That's the difference. But here, they love it and it looks cool. I forgot there was even a game happening until that official in the blue shirt ran in, and then I noticed, oh yeah, that's a corner of the field. I was just you get so involved in the crowd, you forget that there's even something going on that the crowd is there for, because they're so intense by themselves. And the game is just being played in this environment. That's wild. this looks like another fairly small stadium. I even saw like the track, like a track and field track going around, which makes me think it's like not a big stadium. They use it for track, not just for football. But the fact that it might not be maybe a major team, it might be a second level team, or I don't know how it is, but the fans are just so passionate for that team. It's crazy. It's a whole different world. It's great. Same thing. Doesn't look like a big stadium, but look at the people. And it also just shows you, it doesn't take a lot of people to make an impact if they're all, chanting the same thing and they're all moving at the same time together. That's creates an impact, man. Don't know who this is. Unbelievable. Rugby. That's amazing. Copenhagen, maybe? I don't know. Wow. Like to someone who doesn't know what's actually happening, it looks like the whole section of the crowd is on fire, but that can't be the case. It's just flares and smoke and creating that look, and that's right behind one of the goals, so close to the field. It's must be an intense environment to play in and to just be in the crowd. I don't know what team that is. The field, you can see the field is not, in great shape, and at least that part of it, yet these fans are so passionate. You got to respect that passion, that's for sure. I mean, it's just dedication, things going off. it's a whole culture thing, I would guess. The people in the stands doing this, whatever, I don't know what they're saying, obviously, but everybody's like in sync. They're all doing it. I wonder if this is something they've grown up with, probably. I mean, it's not just, it looks like it's a whole, cultural thing of supporting the team, and everybody looks like they're, kind of coming from the same place in terms of, supporting the team. That's that's amazing. That's it's cool. There's something about those fans over there that are just on a whole different level, you know. And it's not to say that the college football fans that were shown at the beginning, you know, compared to what you see in the European fans, the American fans look pretty, I don't know, pretty unenthusiastic. But they are, I'll tell you, if you're not from the U.S., I'll tell you, they are into the team. They're very dedicated to the team. They're big fans. It's just a different way of viewing the games. I think it doesn't have that same unbelievably intense atmosphere, But they're big fans, but they don't show it in the same way. Those European fans, that's incredible to watch. Much respect to those guys. Anyway, like I said, if you like the video, you can subscribe. That would be great. Comment, like, I would appreciate it, and I will be taking more looks at these kinds of things. All right, thanks for coming by.